So welcome back to the channel everyone, and this is going to be, well, kind of a bit of a rant type video again. I apologise, I'm not on the bike, but if you watch my channel, you'll know why, the reasons I'm not on my bike. Plus the weather's wet, it's damp, it's miserable. Going to try and get this this little bit of video done before we get onto the dual carriageway, because the GoPro audio goes a bit crappy when you go anything over 40 miles an hour on the main roads. Anyway, so what am I moaning about today? Oh my goodness, let's turn my lights on because it's dark, it's gloomy and it's bleeding miserable, isn't it? Yeah, I had a bit of an epiphany, and it came to the electric vehicles. Now, get your tinfoil hats on. I do like a conspiracy theory. I've noticed, if you noticed how they're just so super expensive, aren't they? All the electric vehicles now, especially the UK, for instance. We haven't got the infrastructure. Apparently, we're supposed to have 40,000. What's that? Oh, my Bluetooth cutting out. We're supposed to have 40,000 charging points. Well, no, we're supposed to have 400,000 charging points or whatever. And at the minute, we've only got 40,000. So at the minute, yeah, if you've got an electric vehicle, you're screwed. Plus, they're super expensive, aren't they? If you want a Tesla, you're looking at what, 60,000 upwards? Absolutely redonkulous. Motorbikes, so for us bikers, if you want to, you can't even get a comparable, can you? You cannot get a comparable adventure bike or super sports bike, because the range on them's crap, and yeah, and they're just so expensive. They're like 3 times the amount of a normal motorcycle. It's just absolutely bonkers. Now this is where my conspiracy comes in, conspiracy theory. So I'm thinking, they're always on about globalisation, aren't they, and all the rest of it, and there's an expression in it, you will own nothing, and I can't remember the other half of it. If I remember it, I'll stick it on the screen. Anyway, I'll blame that on the knock on the head I had. Anyway, so yeah, I think they're just doing this on purpose. I think it's just like these things are overpriced, so it's just your elite, or if you're earning X amount of money that you can afford these things, and it's just outpricing everybody else. I thought I'd better interject because I forgot to mention this as well. And another thing with electric vehicles is the amount of carbon that they pump into the atmosphere to produce these things, because of the materials that are used, like the lithium batteries. And don't even get me on the stuff like the lithium, I can't even say lithium batteries, but when they have to get African kids to dig this stuff out of the ground, didn't they? Absolutely shocking. Dear oh dear oh dear. Anyway, I thought I'd mention that. I forgot to mention that in the video. Now, I hope you still got your tinfoil hats on. My other reasoning for this as well is, if you look at all the major cities in the UK, and they're doing this in London, and they're going to bring this in Oxford as well, taking away car parking spaces, and then obviously we've got all these charges, extra tax charges. If you're driving a normal car, or if you get a diesel, you get penalised. So your normal working man or woman is getting absolutely smashed on taxes for owning a car. It's absolutely mental. So what it does is, it means that if you live in London, or you live in one of these big cities, you're getting absolutely screwed. You're getting hammered. So you have to go out and buy an electric vehicle or a hybrid or something like that, which you haven't got the money for, and they cost, you have to pay through the nose for these things. Absolutely bonkers. Put in the comments box down below what you think about it, because at the minute the world has gone absolutely mental, and I think, I don't know, it's ever since the COVID, isn't it? It was probably going before that, but it has just gone absolutely crazy at the minute. It's doing my nutting. And don't even get me on the Prince Harry debacle at the minute with that clown. But yeah, I thought I'd yeah, just bring that up, because I was just watching about the electric vehicles. I saw Lamb Chop's rides, because he was going on about it and just saying these things, they're just not economically viable. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So yes, let me know in the comments. I can't even speak, can I? Let me know in the comments box down below what you think about it. Are we being outpriced? Are these governments trying to do so that we can't own our own cars and vehicles? Is this all part of the massive globalisation conspiracy? Because I'm starting to think it might be. Oh, yeah, it is one for, if you're Diesel Hog Vlogs, if you're watching, and it cracks me up, I forgot to say about this, is what's happening out in Canada. Now, I watched a Jordan Peterson video on this where he was talking to an economist, and I never knew, this is absolutely mental. Their Prime Minister, correct me if I'm wrong if you live in Canada, your Prime Minister, they've got this clause, if you want to build a power station, it has to be gender specific. So they have to jump through all these, yeah, get this, gender specific. So you have to jump through all these hoops to build a power station. You've got trillions and trillions of tons of gas in Canada and all the other what do you call it, materials, but you can't dig it out. It's mental. It's just, I'm flabbergasted. And the other thing with the gas is, the guy was saying, to liquefy gas you have to freeze it. And what is Canada got? Lots of. And when it's winter time, what is it? It's super freezing cold. So they could produce this stuff so cheap and power their own country. They've got all the resources that you need in Canada, but no, we're importing. Absolutely mental. Let me know what you think of that in the comments box down below. With that being said, I'm going to end this video here because I'm on the dual carriageway now and I've got to concentrate. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And that is Jim Diesel, out.